Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. The past was always there, lived inside of you, and it helped to make you who you were. But it had to be placed in perspective. The past could not dominate the future. The past is a ghost, the future a dream, and all we ever have is now. The future is uncertain, but that can be a good thing. It's amazing how a little tomorrow can make up for a whole lot of yesterday. When someone you love says goodbye, you can stare long and hard at the door they closed and forget to see all the doors God has opened in front of you. It's possible to go on, no matter how impossible it seems. The past is always tense, the future perfect. Let the future tell the truth, and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I have really worked, is mine. When you do the things in the present that you can see, you are shaping the future that you are yet to see. A very wise man once told me that you can't look back. You just have to put the past behind you and find something better in your future. When I look into the future, it's so bright it burns my eyes. And I realize that there's a big difference between deciding to leave and knowing where to go. It's more fun to think of the future than dwell on the past. We remember the past, live in the present, and write the future. Real generosity towards the future lies in giving all to the present. The future you have tomorrow won't be the same future you had yesterday. But the future must be met, however stern and iron it be. If we are worried about the future, then we must look today at the upbringing of children. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. We must never allow the future to collapse under the burden of memory. When you make a choice, you change the future. The future was one thing that could never be broken, because it had not yet had the chance to be anything. A generation which ignores history has no past and no future. It is not enough to understand or to see clearly. The future will be shaped in the arena of human activity, by those willing to commit their minds and their bodies to the task. All great beginnings start in the dark, when the moon greets you to a new day at midnight. It was amazing how you could get so far from where you planned, and yet find it was exactly where you needed to be. You cannot harden your heart to the future just because of your past. You cannot use cruelty against yourself to justify cruelty to others. The most important thing is this: to sacrifice what you are now for what you can become tomorrow. Life is divided into three terms: that which was, which is, and which will be. Let us learn from the past to profit by the present, and from the present to live better in the future. The future can ever promise but one thing, and one thing only: surprises. As long as we are persistent in our pursuit of our deepest destiny, we will continue to grow. We cannot choose the day or time when we will fully bloom. It happens in its own time. Do your duty and a little more, and the future will take care of itself. Even though the future seems far away, it is actually beginning right now. Happy is the person who knows what to remember of the past, what to enjoy in the present, and what to plan for in the future. The most glorious moments in your life are not the so-called days of success, but rather those days when out of dejection and despair you feel rise in you a challenge to life and the promise of future accomplishments. I just don't want to live like I used to. And at some point, I'm going to put a gag order on myself in terms of talking about the past. I've got to slam the door and deal with the present and the future. What matters is to live in the present, live now, for every moment is now. It is your thoughts and acts of the moment that create your future. The outline of your future path already exists, for you created its pattern by your past. I am tomorrow, or some future day, what I establish today. I am today what I established yesterday or some previous day. I think that we're living in a time where there are trillion-dollar opportunities that never existed before. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Map out your future, but do it in pencil. The road ahead is as long as you make it. Make it worth the trip. No dream is too big. No challenge is too great. Nothing we want for our future is beyond our reach.